I know that reference.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Easy Allies August Q&A for 2019. Just a quick thing before we actually get into the questions. So this month, in an effort to make the question askers' lives easier, I wanted to do it through Google Forms, so that way you don't have your question eaten. Something that I didn't think of when I made the Google form is I didn't put a name field, so a lot of these questions don't have names associated with them. Just a mistake on my part. We'll have that corrected for next month. But yeah, let's get right into the very first question, which is about Kingdom Hearts. Hello, allies. Last month, I played through all Kingdom Hearts games for the first time, and it was rough, because even on the easiest difficulty, these games are incredibly hard. I was forced to grind, which I never enjoy, and in Birth by Sleep, I even needed to craft an EXP walker, and leave my characters running in circles for a minute. Besides wasting time on that, I wasn't happy with the amount of repetition, including revisiting the same worlds and fighting the same bosses an absurd number of times. Of course, there were good moments in each game too, and there were enough of them to keep me going, but each time I reached the credits, I was happy that this game is now in the past. Yet something surprising happened. Despite being done with the series, I continued to think about these games. Very quickly, their story, characters, and music grew on me, while these issues became insignificant. So in just a few days, I discovered that I actually like Kingdom Hearts games. Did you ever have a similar experience, not liking a game initially, but changing your mind after sleeping on it?
One thing I want to say is that there is no franchise on Earth that I would want to play through every game in 1 month. That's insane. That's so crazy. That's like what a feat. And so I think you run into these places where the grind does feel like work. And so the twist at the end of this comment is so funny. I don't know if I've ever had that. Hey, recently I just started Dragon Quest VIII on 3DS. Pretty slow start. And I was like honestly going to drop it around like 8 hours in. But just that kind of thing where like you get into a groove, you do like the characters, you do like the world, and then it switches from like indifference to love, just like on a dime. I totally do get that sometimes.
Souls. Always Souls. It will forever and ever be Souls. And I was like, oh wait, I get it. Even Sekiro, which I'm like, I probably won't finish this game. This game is just killing me. But like, I know I'll feel good if I did, because I've been there before. You know, like, you get that rush, and yeah, don't forget that.
Yeah, Sekiro as well.
It actually took me way back in the day. It took me a while to warm up to Kingdom Hearts, the first one. I just didn't. There was something about the way that it moved that I wasn't super into. But then a few years went by, and I played it, and I loved it. I ended up loving Kingdom Hearts 1 a lot, but it took me a while to warm up to.
Same, Kingdom Hearts. It took me years to get through. One, because there's so many games and they are challenging, and then two, just because I didn't have the drive to like keep going as much. But then once I got to like Dream Drive Distance and 3, obviously, then it all turned around and I just started loving the franchise.
Is there something wrong with me that knowing that you have to grind a lot in Kingdom Hearts makes me want to play it more?
Sounds like you, Jones. It's perfect.
Jones comment.
I don't feel like you have to grind a lot in Kingdom Hearts, though.
It's like, defeat bosses a bunch of times. Like,
Birth by Sleep, I had to grind for sure.
I played Chain of Memories. I remember I had to grind.
Yep.
I was thinking Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2.
I like it when you're like, you're not marathoning the games, right? Like, it's just kind of sometimes a pleasure to grind when you just want to be in this world. And so for that reason, I get it, Jones.
Dragon Quest VIII, Cal. The grind is a pleasure.
Yeah, dude. Getting rare monsters.
Definitely. Joyful.
All right. Next question. Brownies or cookies?
Brownies.
Cookies
for me.
Cookies.
All right, easy enough.
Easier to have a good brownie, though, than a good cookie. Like a 10 out of 10 cookie is more rare than a 10 out of 10 brownie.
True.
Yeah.
Hello, allies. If you could enforce one rule in any form of media, what would it be? For example, I would make it so the Pokemon anime had to abide by the rules for Pokemon types. No more Pikachu beating ground-type Pokemon with electric moves.
My rule is that brand managers, product managers, whoever you are, you're only allowed to show the first 90 minutes of any game in your trailers.
Wow.
That doesn't work.
Creators'
It does.
intent, dude.
It does
Creators'
work.
intent.
It does
If
work.
if you're joining the DC or the MCU, you get one character and then you're done. That's it. You can't come back. You can't be like, oh, I'm this other character. Like, nope, you have one character and then stop. So,
Kyle, like Fire Emblem, you wouldn't see any of the games. Like, there's so many
Games gotta
games
have better beginnings then.
Yeah, you have 90 minutes.
All right, maybe not 90 minutes. How about the first 10%? Because then if it's some JRPG, you can get a little extra.
Okay.
Maybe,
It's more fair. But also, like, a short game gets hurt by the 10%, so I think you do 90 minutes or 10%.
Perfect.
Okay.
I
Write
still
it
don't
up.
think it'll probably ever work. But.
You know what games would do? They would just put like a old school like game like demo video in the beginning of the game that like shows the trailer stuff they wanted to show anyway.
They're going to find loopholes to humor the rule.
Yeah.
Articles coming out, just like, they broke the rule. Like, they used 12%. People like testing the percentages.
Mine's well known. The FCC will come and arrest you if you use a record scratch. If you have a joke punctuated by a record scratch, you go to jail.
I don't think this happens too often, but if you make a video game and you put collectibles in, and the collectibles don't do anything, they're just collectibles, and like you feel no great reward for doing it, or it doesn't like reveal cool parts of the game, get out of here. Don't do that. You gotta have purpose behind it.
That reminds me of Uncharted, which they put a lot of effort into making those look nice. But then I'm like, but why?
Yeah, the treasures.
But then Tomb Raider kind of sort of overcorrects, where like Lara just reads like a Wikipedia entry for the thing that doesn't seem to have any relevance. She's just so dry about it.
Yeah, she's very serious about everything she reads.
Here's the thing. I'm playing that. I've tried to be playing that lately. If that history is real, I like it. But do you think she's just making stuff up?
I think most of that is so made up, dude.
Damn it.
Our next question is, quick, name one song from a video game soundtrack. What song did you pick and why?
Abandoned Pit, because it's dope.
One-Winged Angel, baby. It just jumped into my head.
Eris theme from Final Fantasy VII.
It'd probably be Final Fantasy, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Rules of Nature. Weight of the World?
Why?
That's Bioshock, right?
Because it's amazing freaking... It's Nier Automata, which I haven't even played the game. But that's an amazing song. Uses multiple languages.
You've experienced the best part.
Windmill Hills, unrivaled vibes from David Wise. You can't top it.
Crazy Taxi just popped into my head.
Great.
What's the Donkey Kong Country 2, like the Bramble Blast? Like, what's that? The name of that?
Bramble Scramble, Sticker Bush Symphony.
Yeah, that's really good.
Is it Sticker Bush or Sticker Brush?
I'm pretty sure it's Bush and everyone thinks it's Brush because your brain is crazy.
Yeah.
All right, next question. In the context of working for EZA, what's one thing you're proud of from the last year and one piece of criticism you gave yourself?
I love these. We get these sometimes.
We do get these sometimes. Right now, for example.
RE3 kicked ass.
The audio was bad.
There you go. Boom.
I think you said RE3, like Resident Evil 3. Okay.
I mean, yeah. RE3 was also good. Hopefully that remake's coming.
It was in the past year?
In the past year. I was really proud of RE3 as well.
It's funny, it's just at the tip of the 12 months, but one of my favorite things doing with Box Peak is like the live Q&As immediately afterward. Those are really, really fun. I'm looking forward to doing those more. And then obviously self-criticism is just how long Box Peak has taken. Too long. Too long.
Aw.
I really like Mysterious Monsters.
Same.
And I mean, like, every tech problem we've ever had is
That camera shot, bro.
criticism. Which camera shot?
Just the second shoot. The
Oh, the
Oh yeah.
recorded
looking
too
into.
wide by mistake.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can't win them all.
Yeah.
Who did I wait? I goofed. Sorry, not reaction shots. Friend code, right? I dumped a friend code. I just didn't record the audio. That was me. That was nice.
I don't think that's been made public before this moment, Chats.
Oh, that was me.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh, I think I said that on Cup of Jones.
Oh,
I
got
think-
it.
I think
Okay.
that was then.
No, that was classic.
Jones leaks everything on Cup of Jones. They already
Yeah,
know
man.
about the better internet on Cup
Dude,
of
you got to
Jones.
tune in. You got with a $1 patron. You got to get in there, get me loopy. You know, we just had a kid. I'm getting 4 hours of sleep. Get in there, ask those curveball questions, get the secrets.
One
You're
thing
in
I
a new
was
room, by
was
the
like
way.
inconsistent bits on Huber syndrome. It would just be random times, random bits. I wanted a little more structure.
Bit inconsistency. Yeah, that's
Very
a good one.
Bit consistency.
Blood, we can see you scrolling through something in your reflection.
That's hilarious. I'm just looking at the website because I'm like, what have I done? I don't know.
Oh. Leaks.
I'm terrible at point.
You're on Patreon?
No
You're
matter
like-
what they are. Looking at the website. Because, pulling together all the appointments for E3 is definitely a huge deal. But I don't want to just say E3 all the time.
I mean, that you are necessary. E3 would not happen without that.
I guess, the first thing that came to mind was just these Man-a-Madan photos. It's just having fun.
They are pretty great.
These thumbnails. They're not even really thumbnails. They're just I might repurpose the Huber one to do the thumbnail when we actually finish it.
As far as criticism goes, before this Mental Wolf Chaos Don't Skip, the one before that was Castlevania Rondo of Blood, and that happened in November 2018. It was not intentional for there to be that kind of a gap, but just got busy with other things, and so I wish it just could have happened faster. Go ahead, Blood.
Yeah, I guess just criticism is sounding like I'm complaining, even if I'm necessarily not, or saying things that don't need to be said that sound like complaining.
Story of my life, brah.
It sounds like complaining, bud.
Everybody thinks I'm pissed and or high all the time. And I'm never either of those things.
The trick is
That's why you're pissed, because you're not.
All right. Next question is, why are you guys so cool? Each allies must state one reason why another ally is so cool.
A lifetime of trauma.
Which one of us?
Damiani's cool because he
All
likes video games and sports.
Yeah. Damiani's cool because he was in a Nintendo press conference.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Damiani's cool because he makes Kyle completely lose it when he's playing a video game.
Gold man.
No, I was thinking of when we were playing Human Fall Flat this week. Kyle just couldn't stand watching.
Yeah, it's always interesting to see Kyle's criticisms of play styles. That makes him really cool.
Daniel Bloodwood is cool because he kind of speaks Japanese. And Ben Moore is cool because he can DM Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, kind of speaks Japanese is definitely an overstatement. That is way above my actual skill level.
You have a good Japanese accent. How about that?
Brad is cool because he beats everyone at Smash Brothers.
Huber is cool because I am easily excitable, but I've never met somebody that has done as effective of a job getting me excited as Huber. It's just like It's like an amplifier.
You too, man. Downloaded Astral Chain. I'm ready to go. As soon as it's over, booting that up.
Don is cool because he's very encouraging.
He is, yeah.
He is so
very
encouraging.
You could just stop at Dawn is cool.
Dawn is insane. I don't understand.
It took us this long to get to Dawn.
He's too cool.
Kyle's cool because he made Boxpeak.
I am convinced that Dawn just has like a couple of different bodies. He just like swaps between them.
Dude, Ellen
So that one of them
Dawns.
sleeps. Yeah.
Dawn is an LMD.
Brad is cool because he just picked up a bunch of games the next month or two that people were kind of not into.
Brad's gonna have a rough September, yeah. Potentially.
Yeah. Oh man, I could say something about each one of you. I think it's a great group of people.
Love you guys.
If you would, please each pick one fighting game franchise with no repeats. So let's just do that first. So everybody pick a fighting game franchise.
Mortal Kombat.
Okay, Hubert's got Mortal Kombat. Damiani.
Blaze Blue.
Clay Fighter.
Killer Instinct.
Oh.
I'm gonna pick Street Fighter then.
Wait, can I change mine to Primal Rage?
Yes.
Sick.
I was kind of stoked you picked Blaze Blue though.
I think nobody picked Tekken yet, right? Can I have Tekken?
Yeah, you can absolutely have Tekken.
Soul Calibur's still out there.
Oh, Soul Calibur? Yeah, we'll do Soul Calibur.
Marvel vs. Capcom.
Okay. So, then choose a guest character to add to it, also with no repeats. First come, first serve. Good or bad intention. Who said that?
The Rock.
What would you pick? So The Rock is going to be in Primal Rage.
Primal Rage.
Okay.
Because of Rampage?
Rampage, yeah, dude.
Yeah, in small part, but also just because it's The Rock.
Okay. Is he still human-sized?
Yeah.
Okay, got it. That's very funny.
The spoon from Toy Story 4 is coming to Clay Fighter.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
That actually,
I think his name is Forky.
Forky.
It's Forky. Yeah, I haven't seen Toy Story 4
Forky
yet.
or Forky?
I don't have an emotional connection to Forky yet, Kyle. Sorry. I'm working on it.
Alright.
It's developing. It's developing.
Forky's great.
I'm gonna add Bernie Sanders to Street Fighter because I want to hear Bernie Sanders go Hadouken.
That's so good.
Yeah. Shoryuken.
I'm gonna add Thanos to Mortal Kombat.
That's good. Like that just works.
Yeah, dude. The fatalities too. You have one of them where he snaps. Boom.
I will.
It only has a 50-50 chance of working.
Yeah.
Sorry,
dude. Perfect.
I'll add Ava Unit 1 to Killer Instinct.
Again, is it same scale?
I'm sorry? Yeah, they're scaled down. Yeah.
So it is scaled down.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
I got it.
yeah.
Okay, all right.
Soul Calibur. Crap, let's do He-Man. Let's go classic.
That's good.
Great call, Bloodworth.
It's really nice.
It's really funny because
Yes.
I was about to say He-Man too.
Kyle, did you pick somebody for Tekken?
Not yet. I'm having to me. It's like, who do I want to punch and kick as? Like, who punches and kicks?
and preferably has some kind of animal head, right?
Yeah, I was going to say one of the Street Sharks popped into my mind.
Dude, Bossman.
Huh.
Jackie Chan.
Hubert, I was legit going to say Jackie Chan, but Lee is already in the game and is basically already Jackie Chan.
Got it.
But
You get the mocap, the likeness. Like you don't have to get Diet Coke. You get the Coke. You get real Coke.
Yeah. And then also he would involve buckets and ladders. And so his move would be falling over a ladder that hits there would still be some more Jackie Chan-ness to the character.
I want to throw this out real quick because I almost shifted to Marvel vs. Capcom. Stan Lee would be a dope addition to Marvel vs. Capcom. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
And you actually get sound bites from him over the years.
Excelsior.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he was in Lego Marvel and his powers were everybody's powers. I'd really want him to stay human. I'd want him to his creativity is his weapon.
Sure.
But yeah, chat said Kazuma Kiryu for Tekken.
Yeah, that's a must.
The thing is like everybody just wants that so bad. I thought it might happen. I thought it might happen at E3, or not at E3, at Evo. All right, next question. Kingsley here, Day One Ally, first time writing in. Michael Jackson is my favorite artist of all time. So much so that if you ask me what my favorite Michael Jackson song is, I will change it up every single day. Today it's We Are the World, tomorrow possibly Al Capone. The thing is, I can't pick one. If I had to pick just one, and the others would be Thanos snapped away, I just can't do it. I would rather sacrifice my left family jewel before making that decision. This 100% applies to all 9 of you homies. I can't pick one. Ian and Don crack me up like no other. Damian is a wealth of knowledge. Blood, coolest sign-off. Kyle proves that you can be a cool, kind, and lovable douche. Move over Todd Howard. Brad, Huber, and Ben on a 3-hour frame trap. Best crossover. Infinity War, nah. Jones, a.k.a. The Voice. Enough said. So my question is anything similar. Shout out to Akumi Nakamura. Where's the question here? So
I think the question is there something that you like that you can't pick favorites within it?
Not the allies.
Picking favorites is like so important to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like why I'm doing in this racket. You know, it's like to review things, to analyze, like to score. Like I'm addicted. It's tough.
Yeah, I mean, it actually you hit the nail on the head for me. The video game soundtracks. Remember we did that top 10, and it was just like, yeah, you guys just do whatever you want. I'm not gonna be of any use in this conversation.
Yeah, I think music is where it's hard for me. There are probably bands where it'd be hard picking favorite things, but I don't know. I'm kind of like Brandon at the same time, where yeah, picking favorites is really important to me. So I don't know.
I'm like happy when I figure it out. Like when I'm like, I think that's it. I think that's my favorite thing. You know, it's like oh, I can move on to something else. I can enjoy it now. You know.
Yeah,
I don't recommend it. It's not a healthy thing.
I'm terrible at that just in general. It's like I've just resigned myself to pick favorites, not because I think they're my favorite, because like people ask me about it so much, and like this is it. This is the thing. I can go to this thing when somebody asks me the question without thinking about it anymore.
I do think landing on a favorite Zelda is hard for me, and like I think it's Majora's Mask, but I hold a lot of Zelda games in pretty hard regard, so I think it's one that like I don't know, it's hard to be definitive on sometimes. But yeah, I've said it's Majora's Mask before.
It doesn't help that Zelda goes into such wildly different directions sometimes.
Right, yeah. That's a big part of it.
For me, I can safely say there's nothing I like all of. So it'd always be very easy to make me like a cut somewhere on something. Can't answer this question. Got nothing for you.
I got nothing, man. I got nothing.
Yeah,
I'm really trying hard. When I did my most recent MCU watch, I like ranked all the movies. So
which one would you cut? Which of all the MCU movies, which one would you cut?
Incredible Hulk.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, Hulk.
That's the answer to that. Yeah, like yeah.
Which one?
Hard to disagree with.
The Ed Norton Hulk.
Yeah. Is that the Ang Lee one, or is that the?
No, that's Eric Bana.
Ang Lee is not MCU. It's safe.
Oh yeah, I forgot that there was an Incredible Hulk movie in the MCU.
Just because it was submitted later, but the if you could enforce any rule on any media, what would it be? That was from Ulf stuff. So thank you.
Oh, okay.
Okay, here we go. Is Donald casting Zetta Flare not cooler than whatever that Fortnite thing was?
Afraid not.
I think it is. I agree with the question asker.
I think Fortnite was cooler, but Donald was way more epic.
I think
Does that make sense?
To make something like that work, though, you need to seed it earlier on. You know what I mean? It's like Donald, now is not the time to cast that. You know what I mean? Show him studying, show him Naruto style, show him training, show him learning that. Don't just make it this one thing that appears suddenly at the end of the game. Or toward the end.
So true.
You gotta make something like that have impact.
Like the whole time he's like studying it.
Yeah.
Sometimes he tries to cast it in a big battle, but it like doesn't work.
Yes.
So then they have to flee.
Yeah.
And finally at the end, dude.
See, you're missing the whole thing. It was already seeded in the games. Go play Kingdom Hearts 1 and tell me that Donald does anything worthwhile as your partner. He's the dumbest AI partner ever. He dies immediately. He's not good at casting spells. He sucks. Yeah. So we get to the third game, which we've been waiting for years upon years upon years, and he finally has his moment. And yes, it's in a cutscene, but I feel like my frustration at Donald being worthless was already built up.
It was subtext all along.
Is this a Kingdom Hearts thing?
Yeah.
Yeah,
this is a Kingdom Hearts thing.
I'm kidding.
That should have been. I guess that should have been said. Next question. Boo, allies. It's time for Survival Horror Design Lab. The game is now The Ribs is People, and we need some more NPCs. I'll repeat Huber and Jones's NPCs from last month, but I'll do everyone else first so they can catch up. Damiani, Mary is a journalist. Where does she say she found a bloody hammer? Found in quotes.
Damiani gone.
Oh, Damiani's gone. Okay. We'll go to Kyle. Kyle, Mr. Gribbles, the school janitor, constantly flips a light switch with wild eyes as he tells you that he witnessed blank in the cafeteria.
Ghostly lovemaking.
Ghostly lovemaking. Perfect.
Yes.
Ian, Paul's last gambling win sounds ominous. What happened?
Paul's last gambling win?
Yeah. Paul's last gambling win sounds ominous. What happened?
Oh boy. Come back to me. I need to think about it.
Sure. This is for me. Christine is a surly, chain-smoking diner owner. She keeps shuffling in front of you so that you don't see blank behind her. Seth MacFarlane. Blood. Fred talks about hunting game, but his last trophy makes a whimper in the back of the truck. He distracts you by saying blank.
Distraction. I mean, it's so weird. It's like it's such a misleading question. I'm like thinking of all these things that could be happening. It's like, oh, and then he distracts you by saying, how about them Mets?
That's good. That's really good. Brad is unfortunately not here, but we can read Brad's character. Lucy is a dancer in a local nightclub, but not tonight. How did she injure her leg? I have to circle back around.
On a pogo stick.
On a pogo stick.
Perfect. Perfect Brad answer. Huber, a struggling mechanic named Lenny says he's watching blank on TV tonight. His TV hasn't worked on in months.
Wheel of Fortune.
Good. Jones, Michelle, a policewoman, hears a coded emergency radio message which cuts your conversation short. What was it?
Officer down, officer down.
Does that work as a coded emergency radio message?
Yes.
I mean,
it doesn't actually mean officer down.
Okay. We don't know what it means.
Yep.
Okay.
I got mine.
Go for it.
So Paul, all he'll say when asked about his gambling is that he rolled snake eyes, but ever since he came back, he'll never take his sunglasses off. He always has sunglasses on.
That's really
because
clever.
He has snake eyes now.
Maybe.
I haven't seen that episode, Kyle. God.
That's the implication.
Or he has no eyes. He lost his eyes.
Sure.
There's like some redness that you can see.
Our next question is the unofficial...
Oh, did we get Damiani?
I didn't know Damiani was back. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, let me go back 1 second.
Protocol is to shout "Bing bong" when you sit back in, Damiani.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Didn't get a bing bong.
Over everyone, yeah.
All right, Damiani. So Mary is your character, and you have to like come up with the end of this basically. So Mary is a journalist. Where does she say she found a bloodied hammer?
On aisle 6 at Walmart.
Okay, the unofficial Easy Allies top 10 inconsequential NPCs that we can't help but love. The first one actually filled out for us, the Elder Bug of Hollow Knight. But yeah, I think he just wants us to come up with inconsequential NPCs that we love.
The guy with the lantern from Castlevania 4 who has a dog that's jumping around, and if you kill the dog, he cries and then disappears.
You showed me that guy. I love that.
Whoa.
The NPC in Final Fantasy XIV is always hanging from a different spot for dear life, and no one saves him any time. Just keeps moving positions every single patch.
Oh, funny.
That's cute.
Inconsequential NPCs.
I like. I'm not sure how to say his name, but Eingi from Dark Souls, the like spider eggs guy hanging out next to
Yes,
Quelaag's sister. Quelaana.
that's a good one.
Yeah, because he's like kind of pointless, but awesome. He gives you the egg vermifuge, but yeah. Also, the friend character in the Temple of Odin in Bloodborne, that like you think is sketch. Yeah.
Oh. I don't know if this necessarily qualifies as inconsequential, but Bloodstained. Kill those murderers dead.
Yes, yeah.
She's a quest giver, but yeah, she's pretty great.
I feel like in Thousand Year Door, there's just so many people that don't really matter that you talk to that are like kind of funny. It's hard, I guess, narrowing it down to one. Thousand Year Door is a lot of good, just like incidental characters. Okay. Any others? We good?
Yeah, I was trying to think of someone from Shenmue, but every single person in Shenmue is amazing. Even the ones that say like one word.
I can't remember her name. I'm thinking Breath of the Wild. Wait, what about Tommy, dude? For Shenmue.
Tommy?
Yeah,
He's pretty significant.
The hot dog guy?
the hot dog guy.
Yeah.
Dude, he's so significant. Tom?
Yeah. Is
Yeah,
it just
dude.
Tom? I guess I thought it was Tommy.
Yeah, Tommy was throwing me off. Yeah, Tom. He teaches you like my favorite move in the game.
So it doesn't count as... Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think it would have to be like the lady that runs the shop or whatever that was in the demos. Somebody like that.
How about Santa?
Yeah, you can beat the game before Santa shows up. So when he shows up, it's kind of cool.
Yeah, that's a good inconsequential NPC.
Sure. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'll go with that then. Santa from Shenmue. Cool.
I was thinking of Breath of the Wild. Oh, the Sheikah underling, who like has a diary, and you find out she's crushing on you the whole time.
Love that.
Yeah.
I don't know if I saw that in my playthrough. Huh.
Probably did, but I don't remember it.
You mean Paya?
Yes, thank you, Damiani. Zelda guy.
Yeah, it's always that.
You think she's inconsequential though?
Yes.
I actually really like that storyline. She doesn't impact gameplay, but like story was good.
Hello, allies. You've been asked to help with a new Gundam game. What features would you want in the game, and what would you not want in it?
Okay. Thank you for asking this. This was me actually. I paid $20 this month.
Thanks. Man.
One of the things that made me so excited about Zone of the Enders was reading an article about this in a magazine, probably EGM, about how they wanted to feel like, you know, in Gundams in the show, basically it's like two handles. It's just like, whoop! They wanted to make the game feel like you could control a robot with two handles. And that is what I would want this game to feel like. I want complete control over this virtual on style, maybe. Just the feeling that I'm just like piloting it, as opposed to like pressing square to do a cool combo. I want it to be hard to pilot this thing.
I don't know if this is like along the same lines of what you're thinking, Kyle, but did you ever play the Gundam Side Story game on Dreamcast?
No.
So, like, in that game, it's from a first-person perspective, and you're, like, really slow and lumbering, and so every time you take a step, it's like this giant metal foot is coming down, and, like, even when you boost around, there's kind of, like, some inertia that you've got to get through, because it feels like you're piloting this giant hunk of metal, and I love that feeling.
Yeah.
And I don't like how, like, kind of light and flimsy Gundams feel in other Gundam games. Is that what you're talking about?
For sure, dude.
Okay. Yeah, then I'm in complete agreement with you.
Is there a lot of finessing on the show of them going in and out of the Gundams, or is it like once they're in, they're in? It's like, that'd be fun in real time to just be anytime you want. And the game just adapts. Like all the levels are set for human size and Gundam size. Or is that like not Gundam-esque?
What are you going to do? You're just a little man.
I don't know. It's cool. It's like that Star Fox game where you could pop in and out of the ship. You know, it's like, you don't want to spend too much time out of the ship in the Star Fox game, but it's like fun to have that functionality. Especially if it brings me closer to the characters. You know, if I actually can see the characters and interact with them in real time.
What's weird about most Gundam shows, Jones, is that the characters are able to talk to each other as if they are next to each other, even if they're enemies. They just have some weird communication where they can, like, we're on the same radio channel for some reason. That's how they get around that. So yeah, let them get out.
I remember, like, Hiro Yui getting out and blowing up Gundam Wing. Any other input on what you want for Gundam? Alright, moving on. Hello, allies. With Yakuza 7 being turn-based combat, do you think this may help to drive people to Shenmue 3 or the franchise in general? Many people think, including reviewers, have compared Yakuza to Shenmue or even called it the successor to the original Dreamcast game, but it really is quite different. However, people wanting more of a brawler than a turn-based RPG may be able to get their fix from it. From respect, a huge Shenmue and Yakuza fan, Tyler.
I would not tell a brawler fan to go to Shenmue.
Yeah. Just play both. I don't know why there's some, like, competition between these franchises. Like, give it a rest. Play them both.
As far as, like, drawing them to Shenmue 3, like, if they're completely unfamiliar with Shenmue, I feel like the huge draw of Shenmue 3 is finishing the story. So I think it might be hard to get in.
But also, like, it's about martial arts in a way that I think it's like Virtual On, right? Virtual Fighter. It's just a kind of like very technical type of fighting in Shenmue, where I would not even call it a brawler. I wouldn't put it in that category at all. It's hard.
Hey, Huber, I want to prep you before Shenmue for like all the takes from people who like for the first time are like, what?
Oh no!
What is?
I've been ready for it.
What is this game? You know, and you're like, no, that's Shenmue, that's Shenmue. Like, I don't want you to get angry. You know what I mean? I want you to enjoy it, you know, because it is so unique and so special.
I feel like the remaster alleviated that, you know, people already know. I don't think people are going to jump right into 3 that haven't dabbled with the remaster at least, you know.
To the person's question, though, I do think that Shenmue has a better chance because of Yakuza. In an age of Yakuza success, I think Shenmue could do pretty okay, better.
For sure.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what the general response is to Shenmue 3.
And what the response is to this turn-based combat. I'm so pumped to see it.
Me too, dude.
Yeah, I was actually surprised, Hubert, when like just reading all this Yakuza 7 stuff. I was like, turn-based combat, like this sounds great. Like I'm so happy they're mixing it up. I was surprised that there was the people were substantially pissed. Like it just, I don't know.
Yeah, because I was like really excited that night when they announced it. You know, it's like, oh, this looks really cool, and then I find out like sometime the next day that like everyone hates this. Oh, okay.
Hey allies, I'm in a dilemma. I still haven't bought a Switch. Classically, in my teen to adult gaming life, I've never bought a gaming console's first form, and the Switch is getting its small upgrade recently and makes me wonder if this is my time. I have tons of games I love right now on PS4, and there's even more coming out within the next month. next few months/year. I could easily have my hands full till next winter when that Switch Pro could be announced. This isn't a situation of lacking games, it's just being a bit bummed I haven't played Mario and getting excited for upcoming Switch games. I got to play Zelda Breath of the Wild on my Wii U, my friend let me try Mario Odyssey for a few hours, and frankly the new Pokemon isn't deeply exciting me, so it's not like an internal ache within me is like, I need this. Do you have any advice to someone who's already waited this long? Frankly, I'm okay to wait longer. For reference, I make okay money, so it's not really a money issue. My hesitancy to buy day one is just a consumer habit I've held on to.
I kind of think you were right. I think Switch Pro is still coming. I'd wait.
I'd wait too. We got to hear from Damiani on this too.
Yeah, I mean, sounds like you got plenty to keep you occupied and you don't need to rush into this. Just wait. I mean, if you can wait till honestly, up till next E3, I mean, if you don't hear anything by next E3, just get a normal Switch then. But if you can hold off till then, just keep playing the stuff you're playing on PS4. It sounds like there's a lot of stuff to keep you occupied, and those Switch games aren't going anywhere. So, you're going to have a lot of good Switch games to play once you jump in.
Yeah, it's such a weird thing because it's one thing to wait for something that's been announced, right? Like, I know that a PlayStation 5 is definitely coming, so at this point, there's no real reason for me to have PlayStation 4 Pro.
Last of Us.
But what's up?
Last of Us.
I mean, I still think Last of Us is going to be a game that runs well on a PlayStation 4. It will look better on a Pro. But it's not going to be like Control, where it's like significantly, hampered. And even Control is not the end of the world. But yeah, for something that's like, this doesn't even exist really other than rumors, and it may potentially even never exist. It's kind of weird to say to wait to me.
That is true. It might never come. Everyone's just assuming it's coming. I mean, they might opt just to wait to make a successor to the Switch that comes out in a few years. So, I mean, again, yeah, it sounds like you don't need to play anything right now on the Switch. Like, you don't need to jump into it. But, yeah, there's nothing. I mean, if you don't care about playing it docked, you also have the Switch Lite coming out later this month, in September 20th. And, I know you said that money's not an issue, but I mean, if you're just looking for a handheld, more portable device, that could also be something.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe this is just two different personalities coming into play here, but like, to me, the Switch has proved itself time and time again. I mean, games both big and small. Like, in a year that has kind of been crowded with great games, I think there are things on Switch where it's like, if you've never experienced them, those are some of the best things that you can play right now still. And so, yeah, I get it. I get like you feeling like you have enough already to keep you occupied, but I don't think that the Switch is lacking in quality games by any margin. So.
The Switch is amazing. Like, yeah, there's no hesitation. Can I recommend that console? That's an incredible system, especially this summer. I mean, the Switch just owned this summer as far as like exclusives. It's unreal.
Yeah, I love the Switch.
I like waiting for some sick bundle. So.
Oh, sure.
Our next question, are you guys familiar with the music library questions where we have a console and we pick all the ones? So this month it is the DS. Go.
The DS.
All the Castlevanias, whatever the trilogy.
Oendan.
Oh yeah, Elite Beat, or that version, and then ours was Elite Beat Agents.
Yeah. There's always the Dragon Quest games.
There's some good individual tracks in both the DS Zelda games, but on the whole, I don't think either of their soundtracks are exceptional.
Right. Kyle,
Spirit Track's one of my favorite overworld themes.
Yeah, like that's such a standout song, but a lot of the other stuff is just repetitive, loopy stuff that's not that impressive.
Sorry, what's up, Lud?
Pokemon Black and White have really good ones, right?
You know what? Normally I do like hate modernized Pokemon tracks, but Black and White's not too bad.
What about the Layton games?
Oh yeah. The World Ends With You.
Oh yeah,
that is the soundtrack.
Any DS Kirby games?
Brad is proud of you, Blood. Good pick.
Any of the DS Kirby games? I didn't really play the DS Kirby games.
Yeah, they usually have good music. I don't know, like, if there's a specific game that stands out to me.
Jones, it's been like 10 years, man. How's the Chinatown Wars soundtrack?
Oh, it's good, dude. That was yeah. It's fun. They some actually, when I went back and like looked up the main theme, it was like from an established artist. They like got someone else. It was like the only GTA theme that I know that was like written by blah. When I like looked it up, I was like, oh, okay. So they got a guest composer, kind of like is it Woody Guthrie? Who's the guy they brought in for Red Dead? That did Red Dead 1 and 2? Where they definitely put him on a pedestal, and they're like, this guy specifically wrote this score. It's not a bunch of people like GTA. It's like music from all over the place. But
right.
And I was gonna say for the remake, I wonder if Damiani was that score better? Yeah, Final Fantasy 4. Sorry.
The best. That's the 3D one. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's fine, but I don't know.
I mean, the best is the PSP version, which has both soundtracks options. I mean, 4 soundtrack's great, regardless.
Yeah.
Did we say Advance Wars?
No, it did not.
Okay. I think we should probably throw Advance Wars on.
Yeah.
I haven't played Days of Ruin.
Did you say Rhythm Heaven?
I haven't said Rhythm Heaven
That's
yet. No.
Definitely one. I know it's on multiple platforms, but yeah.
For sure.
Saw chat saying the Ace Attorney games.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ace Attorney's a weird franchise. Because it came out on something before DS, right? And just
GBA, yeah, it came out on GBA.
Yeah.
How is the Ghost Trick soundtrack? Anyone remember it?
From what I've played of Ghost Trick, I assume it's good. I can't recall the music right now, but I assume it's awesome.
It became so much harder when we switched to handhelds. Like the memorability of music is just like rough when it's a handheld.
Yeah, you play so much of it without sound for one reason or another. Yeah.
And even if you do, it's that tiny speaker, right? It's just like.
Metroid Prime Pinball. Pretty great remixes, dude.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Into some of these. I never played Okamiden.
I didn't play Okamiden either.
I don't remember if the music was standout or not. It's been a while.
Final Fantasy Tactics A2. Anyone play that?
I mean, that was like my second ever review at Game Trailers, and I can't remember the music that well. Same with Revenant Wings. I'm going to assume most of it was like 12 music.
Yeah,
Revenant Wings.
This question's always so hard for me because like it can be hard without like going back and actually listening. I feel like this question kind of deserves that, where you like just got to go through and methodically listen to things. It can be hard recommending the things like a wide expanse of music, I guess, based off.
But Final Fantasy III on DS, Final Fantasy III soundtrack is really, really good. So
nice.
And it's was at the time the only way to play it.
All right. Ben, what was the original plan for the doubles on Tabletop Adventures? I'm actually going to have to lean on you guys. I don't know what the question asker is referring to when they say the doubles. I'm thinking all the way back to Tabletop Adventures.
Didn't we have like clones at one point?
Oh, the clones of you guys.
Oh, because they said adventures, right? And
yeah,
not
they said
escapades?
adventures. Yep.
Yeah.
So there was a point, we had like alt universe stuff toward the end, Ben, where we had like a lobster, we saw through lobster's eyes.
Yep. Yeah, okay. So I think the most accurate answer to this question is I don't think there was like this grand plan. A lot of things in Tabletop Adventures, especially, but this was certainly true for Escapades as well, is not like necessarily, oh, here's this grandiose plan. Here's how everything fits. A lot of times it would be like, just, I think this is a cool idea. Let's see what happens. Because a lot of times you just introduce something. You just introduce an idea, like let's say, character or doubles, and the party would have some reaction to it. Maybe they'd be super hostile towards it, or like they want to recruit it, and so then the story would come after that. So it wasn't necessarily that the idea was a fully formed thing out the gate. It was just like, let's play around with this and see where it goes. I think, like, do you guys remember like Neb and Neb 2 and that sort of thing?
Yeah.
Like that's kind of a good example, I think, of how that sequence of events would go, where it was like, oh, okay, this thing that we kind of just made on the fly, that was fun. What if we did it this way? And so, yeah, I don't think there was necessarily any grand plan that I can think of off the top of my head. It was just an idea that was thrown in there on the spot. So, yeah. There's so much that I don't remember at all. Hey there, allies. With Yakuza going turn-based for its future installment, what other franchises would you like to see a turn-based approach to? As a bonus, name at least one of the commands on the menu. This is from Angelo.
The Arkham series, and just Batarang is one. Just it's an AOE like ricochets off of everybody.
Nice, Jones.
And Jones, how about like back
exclusive
computer
to Switch
too? Like he like checks his back computer on his wrist, and you can like figure out like weaknesses and stuff based off of his research.
Alfred's in your team, like he's represented, or can be, but he's like represented in 3D. He's actually back at the cave, but he'll summon stuff. He'll like summon the Batwing and send people in. Gordon just stand there with a gun, like,
Hell yeah, Gordon.
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna be a little bit of a troll. Final Fantasy.
I like it.
I get it. Just took me a second.
I've always been curious to see a spin-off, a turn-based Zelda game. And to answer the bonus bit question on the command menu, spin attack would definitely be one.
Oh, yeah.
I think it'd be cool if Madden had turn-based gameplay.
Do they not have a mode for that, for coaching or something? Didn't one of the versions have? Oh, okay.
I mean, Blood Bowl sucked. It'd have to be better than Blood Bowl. Hugh, remember Blood Bowl, dude?
I do.
But like, I think it'd be sick if that was like turn-based somehow.
Well, Blood Bowl is based on the tabletop, right? So,
A turn-based tabletop game, yeah.
Yeah. So let's just following those rules.
That is still played today and beloved.
Man, I can't think of a single series where, because I think like Yakuza is a good pick, but that's actually happening. I don't know.
Metal Gear Solid?
You ever played?
You already have it. You already have it. Acid.
Yeah.
I've never played Acid.
Acid and Acid too. Yeah, they both. Yeah.
We gotta stream Acid too.
Acid, dude. Kojima, like, not really involved in this.
Yeah.
Gotta stream Acid.
Hey, I kind of think football is turn-based battles.
That's what I was gonna say. I'm like, it kind of already is.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Cool.
The fighting game franchise guest character question was from Master Pants. Thank you, Master Pants. Hi, allies. Sorry if I missed this discussion, but I was wondering everyone's thoughts on Spider-Man Far From Home. Spoilers, if we can. How did you guys feel about how Mysterio was done? I am still planning on seeing it, but
no spoilers.
If you really want to talk about it, I understand.
No spoilers, but
Also,
I thought Mysterio was well done, but the movie underwhelmed.
What is everyone's Spider-Man movie rankings? Sorry for cutting off.
Oh boy.
Of all of them?
We're all putting Spider-Verse number one.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Spider-Verse is like the best superhero movie ever made.
I still have a pretty hard soft spot for Spider-Man 2, but I have not watched it in a very long time, and so I feel like to solidify that, I'd have to rewatch it. But I really
Spider-Man
like
3 is the
Spider-Man
bottom. There's no further down than Spider-Man 3.
Homecoming's my fave. Love Homecoming.
Over
Homecoming's really good.
Spider-Verse, dude?
I mean,
MCU, bro.
It's a solid number 2.
Cooey.
I don't know. I thought the Amazing Spider-Man 2 was the worst one, but
Yeah, I think that's worse
I-
than Spider-Man 3.
I
'cause
thot
Spider-Man
Amazing
3
There's no way.
Spider-Man
There's no-
1
When was the last time you
is,
saw
like,
Spider-Man
fun.
3? It's on Netflix right now.
no, I
Go
watched that
watch it.
Spider-Man 3. I mean, I have problems with it, but I find it on the whole more enjoyable. Like Amazing Spider-Man 2 is just not.
Oh, you're bad. Jamie Foxx is pretty bad. You're right.
It's just the whole
Yeah.
movie is just like
That's
I was
tough.
like,
I'd
why
have to
does
watch
this
it back to back.
exist?
The call.
Like, Amazing Spider-Man 2 is just bad. Spider-Man 3 is
Spider-Man
funny.
3, yeah, Spider-Man 3 is right above the Amazing Spider-Man 2, but they're
Maybe
both
if you
the
watch
bottom.
it in a group. Last time I saw Spider-Man 3 alone, I was cursed.
Cursed?
Cursed.
Cursed how?
I felt the darkness swelling inside me. Like I felt I needed to rage upon someone. It was a dark day that day.
Amazing Spider-Man 1, I thought was a horribly boring kind of whatever movie that I did not feel compelled to watch Amazing Spider-Man 2.
I'm going to give Far From Home an 8.9. But it does have one of my favorite sequences in any MCU movie.
Loves it. Least cozy Spider-Man movie ever, though. If that makes sense.
Far From Home.
Yep. Far From Home. Yep. It's the least cozy. I think that's what, like, I remember because I saw it twice. The first time I came out of it, I didn't feel great. I was like, oh, that wasn't very, very cozy. You know, like my cozy Spider-Mans. Just going to school, busting criminals in back alleys.
Yeah.
It was like too high stakes to be chill and cozy.
Hey allies, here to send you on another vacation to a video game world on the condition that you let me know what you'll be doing there. This month you're going to Kanto as seen in Pokemon Red, Blue, Yellow, Let's Go Eevee, and Let's Go Pikachu. Unfortunately, interdimensional customs regulations state that you're only allowed to bring one Pokemon back with you, so you might also want to decide now which one you want. Cheers, Asbo Zapruder / Screaming Argonaut.
My boy Johnny. Charizard getting the ball. Going home.
I want to be Ryo Hazuki's guy in a chair. So I want to be like his radio person, his contact. I want to help him in the hunt for Londi.
No, this person makes us go to this game. We gotta go to Kanto.
Oh, we have to go to this place. We can't choose
I was like,
where we go.
Yeah.
What? You're going to put Shenmue
Yeah, I was like,
into...
what?
I thought we were choosing. I missed.
That's like when I brought up Batman on the podcast this week. He's just syndromed out, you know.
Yeah. So I mean, like, what's funny is Pokemon Red and Blue. There's not a lot of like nice vacation spots. There's the Safari Zone, which is kind of cool, but I don't want to go there. I'll go to the game center. I'll be hanging around, like, basically it's a casino. I'll be hanging around that city.
Can I go with you?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Cool.
I think you'd love the game center.
Cool.
I was thinking Saffron City just because, like, its size. It might be fun to, like, go and visit. Yeah.
And also the Pokemon I'm taking back is Charizard, so I can sell it. I think Charizard will have the highest resale value.
That's good.
I'm definitely hanging in that like the ocean where just everyone's swimming. Like I'm out there on Lapras on the inner tube, you know, just like what's up? Passing out drinks.
I
You know,
would
these-
take Snorlax back with me.
Just to have a big, like, cuddle monster?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
a good pick, dude.
I think I'd bring back Doduo.
This is the bird guy. This is bird guy talking right now. Why Doduo, dude?
I mean, like it's a cool thing, and you can also ride it. And yeah, I don't know. It's
Okay.
cool.
You can ride Snorlax, just clung to the front of his tummy.
Ian, I just imagine like going to your apartment to pick up like equipment, and I'm just like, hey, what's up, Omar? How you doing? Oh, Snorlax, what's up, man?
It's just like
Respects to you here.
Yeah. Also, another really cool place to go to that I always want to check out more is the burned down Mew Lab. How did they handle that in Let's Go? Did they make it kind of cool or no?
Is that where Mewtwo is?
No, it's where Mew was born. And so there's just a bunch of like note pages about like the creation of Mew.
I don't remember it.
It's on Cinnabar Island.
It's in there. I just forget.
Okay.
Yeah. After having a discussion recently about Pokemon, I would never want to visit the world of Pokemon because it'd be horrifying, and nor would I want to have the guilt on my conscience of bringing a Pokemon back because they have horrifyingly destructive power, and that's one thing they didn't really explore in the live-action film Detective Pikachu, is that they would just like kill everyone because of their powers and stuff. Like one of the new Pokemon in Pokemon Sword and Shield straight up can like knock a car like 65 feet into the air or something. Like what the hell? They're destructive. They're dangerous. You will die. You will die if you go to any of the Pokemon regions.
No, that's the whole point. That's why you need a Pokemon partner, dude.
It's not enough. And if you bring it back into our world, you're just gonna like it's like bringing it's letting a xenomorph on Earth. You're just the end of humanity.
Dude, it's like a sport. Have you played any of these games? It's like a sport in that world, you know? It's like they have like gyms and stuff. It's like
they're all protected by their special rules, but
right.
They're really destructive. You can't bring them back here. They'll destroy everything.
Makes sense to me. Wants the boys, but with Pokemon.
Yeah, what is Pokemon?
Hello, allies. What are your hopes and dreams for next gen? My biggest wish is for a remake of The Legend of Dragoon from Bluepoint. Don't stop believing. Love and respect. Be hyped for Yakuza 7.
Okay, EA pulls a Konami, right? And they go out of games entirely. They just stop. They stop making video games, right?
Just loot boxes.
Brutal.
Yeah, right. And then everyone's like, "Wait, what?" And like Battlefield and everything, they're like, "We don't even want it. Anybody can take it." And like THQ Nordic grabs SSX, and we get a new next gen SSX.
Konami just sells the Metal Gear IP to like Sony, and Kojima can work on Metal Gear games again after Death Stranding.
That would be hilarious.
This is disgusting so far.
Okay.
I mean, it's Silent Hill. At all.
Yeah.
You know what I really want is like wireless charging for controllers.
Yeah, I'm with you, man.
Tesla, dude.
I mean, does nobody come up with one? I feel like that's something that could potentially be done, but maybe you'd have to swap out the battery, huh? Maybe not.
I mean, you could do it where it's just like NFC. You just like set it on top of the console and it charges itself.
Mm-hmm.
I think honestly at this point, what I want more than anything, what I can think of in the moment is I want a new Capcom fighting game that's just fire, that doesn't have any baggage, that feels like it's not missing anything, that it's fully featured, that just comes out the gate swinging, and has like a long, healthy life, and just doesn't have the controversy surrounding it the way the last couple of Capcom fighting games have. Whether that's Street Fighter or Marvel or whatever it is, I think it'd be cool.
Jolly.
Mm-hmm.
And
Marvel
pretty likely. What's up?
Marvel vs. Capcom, what was it? Infinite was the last?
Infinite was the last one.
Yeah, it went into the whole Thanos and everything early.
Yep. All right, morning allies. Now that Insomniac is not allowed to run away from home anymore, what is their next project going to be aside from the obvious Spider-Man 2 and Ratchet and Clank? Probably some experimental VR stuff here and there. Insomniac is a big boy and likes to dip their hands into mini cookie jars with a lot of overlap, sometimes sticking their feet in and getting grabbed by an EA monster. I'm off topic with this loose analogy. It got me thinking Resistance versus Killzone. Sony doesn't have any first-person shooter first-party games on the horizon. See what I did there? So it only stands to reason that one of these big boys is cooking up something. Between Guerrilla and Insomniac, which FPS series, with which developer, should continue forward and which should forever sleep until the end of days. Resistance made by Guerrilla or Killzone made by Insomniac. Maybe a crossover. Just some good old what if fun. Unlikely, but I like to dream.
I mean, I personally would probably take Resistance over Killzone.
Same.
They put out some good Killzone games, but they always felt like there wasn't a whole lot of I don't know, the character of those games is just always kind of straight and serious and dusty and dark, and they did try to change that a bit with Shadowfall with the gleaming cities and all that, but I don't know. Resistance 3 gameplay wise, with all the different weapons, and stuff, I really felt like you're getting that Insomniac vibe so well, and it's just a shame that the story just kind of went to a completely different direction.
Yeah,
because if you could just play that game without the story, it'd be great.
I'm with you, bud. I would love another Resistance. I would imagine that they're cranking away on Spider-Man, but I would love another Resistance. Because I think after Resistance 3, I thought there's potential for another better Resistance. They were on the uphill. It was getting better in some ways. Granted, minus the story, like you're saying. But after Killzone Shadowfall, I was just kind of I'm good with this world. I don't really need to return to the Killzone universe. Yeah,
I feel like both those IP are just kind of. I don't really feel I need to go back to them. I think that if they did something that had a lot of the crazy weapons and stuff like Resistance, but it was just a fresh IP that was a lot more colorful, like Sunset Overdrive and Ratchet and Clank, it would probably fit them better.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I care a lot more about Horizon than I do any Killzone game. And so... And I don't know, I think Spider-Man was just also so exciting. I mean, that game, when I got to play it, it just consumed me. And so, I don't know, I think there's enough talent at those studios that, not that they can't go back, and I think what you said, Huber, was a good point, but maybe there's some untapped potential there with Resistance. But I kind of like the direction that they're on, and I feel like what you're saying about Resistance, I feel that way about Horizon. I think there's so many possibilities for Horizon 2 and so many ways that they could just make it even better. And so, I don't know. I don't know if now's the time to go back.
Bossman, do you want Ratchet and Clank Going Commando remake? Ratchet and Clank sequel to... Shit, what was that for your cracking time?
Into the Nexus.
Into the Nexus. Do you want a sequel of Into the Nexus, a remake of Going Commando, or nothing at all?
Ben already pitched it. There's this really cool game where Ratchet is dead, or Ratchet's evil, and then Clank is the only one who can kill evil Ratchet.
It's kind of cool.
It's extremely cool.
I mean, evil Lombax, that has kind of already been done. That'd be a stinker.
No, it's fine because it's never been Ratchet.
True.
This little good boy, this little weird big-eared good boy is
and that evil Lombax was right the whole time.
Yeah.
See,
yeah.
I would love like a $30 Daredevil game, same map, same world, same characters, everything, that world, but just Daredevil and just
same New York. You mean?
Yeah, same exact New York. This is Yuri Lowenthal's Daredevil, and then he also shows up in their Spider-Man 2, gets his own game, and is maybe playable in 1 or 2 missions, kind of like Mary Jane.
That's a really good idea,
Brandon.
But, it's one of the best selling. It is the best selling PS4 game of all time, right? Or the fastest selling. It's gonna. I think we're gonna be blindsided by how much money they're gonna throw in Insomniac for Spider-Man. It's just. I would make. Yeah, I'd make a Daredevil game. I'd make a Jessica Jones game. I wouldn't stop. I would
What do you guys think better? What do you think would have a bigger? I mean, shit. I know it would have a bigger impact. Spider-Man would have a bigger impact than Ratchet.
Yes.
But what do you think it's still a better launch game for PS5? Spider-Man 2 versus a brand new Ratchet?
Yeah. There's no way. There's no time. Horizon's your launch game.
Got it. Because I just think of Ratchet being a PlayStation mascot. So just that like,
I
launch.
think he's a bad mascot, dude.
And Clank.
Good
It's a
mascot.
package deal. It's Ratchet and Clank.
It's not, dude. It's like Banjo-Kazooie. Clank's just a backpack.
To the uninitiated, he is. But the fans know.
Okay, get this. How about we team them up, right? We have the next Horizon Zero Dawn, but then we also have another game that's a first-person shooter, but takes place in the same map,
Ooh.
like a different set of characters or whatever.
You know I love this kind of stuff.
Yeah, and then if you buy them both, then like you get like like a bundle price where you're like, you get both games for like $40.
The shooter's like Zero Dawn. It's like the fall of civilization.
Dude, Jones.
So it's like same map, but like way earlier, I'm like,
Oh, that's cool too. Yeah.
Dude. So into that.
I just want somebody to make a superhero game where Brandon is Cyclops because it would work. It would work.
Yeah. Pay him, dude. Pay the studios.
Platinum's just gonna drop a Jones skin in there any day.
Dude, Jones is in Death Stranding.
Yeah, he is.
Or not Platinum. Ninja. Team Ninja.
Dude, when Bossman shows up in Death Stranding, I'm probably gonna
Dude,
spit my almonds out.
Bosman is in Death Stranding.
Take the almonds out and just enjoy the moment.
I know he is. I know you're in it, Bossman.
In my dreams.
Hi, allies. This is a question for the allies who don't review games. Why not? Have you ever considered maybe giving it a shot one day? I love that you all do things that you want to do, which is what makes your stuff so good. I don't really know what your take is on reviewing games, but I feel reviews for certain games would be enriched if they were done by certain people. For example, I'd love to see Kyle review Pokemon Sword and Shield, or would love to see Jurassic World review by Don, or Control review by Ian. P.S. Hebrews review is awesome. Of course, if it's just not something you want to do, that's totally fine. I'd just like to hear your thoughts.
Blood won't let us.
Yeah, I asked to.
Yeah.
Sure you
We
did.
keep trying. And Blood's just like, nah.
And then so
people will believe that.
I did a review a while ago, and then I sent it to Blood, and he says this is bad. I won't print this, and then Jones ended up writing the whole review itself.
it's like a probationary thing.
Yeah.
It's like it's complex.
He told me you were rambling, Bossman.
Yeah, he said I was rambling. Serious answer though is that like I have a hard time writing in certain tones. I always hated writing for the top tens. You know what I mean? Like I can write in my own tone, okay, but it's just like hard to write in this like universal tone. It's hard to be like this universally critical. Like it's hard for me to be fair. I would give a new Pokemon game a really bad score. I would give a lot of games very, very terrible scores. And it wouldn't be fair. It's something that's weird. I really respect the criticism of EZA, and it's a skill I don't think I have in that way. And so there is absolutely zero interest in writing a review, an easy allies review, basically.
It's funny, Kyle. That's how I feel about comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's nice. It's nice that we have a diverse team. That can tackle these things. So I'm just like,
That's funny. I get that better now, though. Actually, when you draw the comparison.
Kyle reviewed Cooking Mama, though, so search for that video if you haven't, viewers. Cooking
Yeah, and I torched it, dude. I gave it a really bad score.
Amazing.
I reviewed Talos Principle.
Yeah.
Yeah! So hype.
Yeah.
Are we allowed to tell the story of the score?
I intentionally gave it a 9.8 because I knew Bloodworth would bump it down to what I actually wanted.
Haha. Which was what? 9.6?
9.6 or 9.4.
That's funny.
I don't even remember what it ended up being.
That I was joking before about Bloodworth, but that was true. I did do that. I gave it a higher score than I knew it would get because it's like negotiating a car price or something.
So good.
I think there was only one time, like a score's never really been challenged, but like a score was questioned, and that was Bayonetta 2. 9.8, baby.
I mean, I definitely will question people's scores here and there. It's just like I still leave it up to you.
Oh yeah, absolutely. There was nothing bad about it.
You want to know the only score I ever walked into Shane Satterfield's office and was like, "What?" And he was like, "Bruh," and he doubled down on it, and I was like, "All right," and walked out. Dead Rising. He gave it an 8. I was like, no, bro.
That's at least
an 8.5. Come on, brother.
You're like reading through the review, and at the end, you're like, 8? Is that what happened? You were doing the script?
Yeah.
That's funny.
I like walked in his office. That was it. That was the only one.
The Minecraft. I remember Minecraft. Like Shola and me and like several of the editors like even got involved where we were just like, because Shane wouldn't let it be the correct score, and like we were all like, "Yo, you're wrong, dude. Like, what's going on?" He like made it go lower. Yeah.
Oh. I definitely had some things get pretty hard.
That's rough, man.
Mainly because he didn't like the graphics.
Hi, allies. What monster are you most excited to hunt in Iceborne? From Respect, Michael.
The what is it called? The main one.
Velkhana?
Velkhana, that one.
What's that one?
What are you tweezing right now, dude?
It's like my ring. I just
what are you tweezing?
It was just sitting here, so I just
all right.
with it. Not tweezing anything. Just fiddling.
What were you saying, Ian?
Ben, what's the one that like moves around really fast, like jumps around all the time?
There's several that you could be thinking of. Are you thinking of Tigrex? Are you thinking
more like a dragon? Maybe. I've intentionally stayed kind of in the dark on the new monsters because I want to be surprised. But I know there's one that like goes all over the place, and maybe it's Tigrex.
It's hard because there's many that move all over the place, and there's many that kind of look like dragons, and so I'm having a hard time narrowing it down.
Well, I'm just jazzed about all of them, baby. I'm just happy to be here.
I'm most excited to hunt Zenogre. I think that'll be really fun. So, yeah. It'll be good. Kyle, who are you most excited to hunt?
Dublorax.
Nice, man. Dude, we're going to card on Dublorax so many times.
I'm ready. I'm prepared for it.
Hi, allies. With Next Generation coming up, do you have any ideas / shows to capitalize on? Example, betting special on Next Generation, not a conference. Thank you, Evo Show.
Haha, Evo Show, you think you're slick. This is not a question, this is a suggestion.
Yeah.
It is a suggestion.
He caught you on camera, Bossman.
Yeah.
But we got him back.
Evo Show will remember that.
I would assume that any opportunities to have interesting betting specials would be something that we would be interested in.
The reason press conferences are so great for them is because they're a finite thing with a beginning and an end. Whereas like next gen stuff, like when do you call it? Like when do you say like, okay, we have enough information, or like this month or whatever, and it would have to be arbitrary.
Yeah, if the betting special for last gen had said, will there be crossplay between PS4 and Xbox One?
Right. We'd have to wait 5 years.
Just answer that question.
Remember that Xbox like lengthy stream we did? That was like unlike a lot of GT stuff we did back in the day. Remember like Ryan Stevens like really like
On the
playing
launch
that?
day streams, those were so fun, dude.
Yeah, we should definitely do those.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Like the second we get that console, even like dumb games that are like multi-console, it's just like, hey, let's see how it looks.
I don't mean to like hand wave this question away, but looking ahead at the next month, I already feel like I'm drowning, and so it's hard to like start planning ideas for a next generation of consoles. I'm just not there yet mentally. But yeah, next gen is
far away.
Next gen is always the best and the worst. Like it's super exciting, but it's really stressful and like chaos for months. Like it's awesome. I love it.
But then you get a new console with like 20 games dumped on it, and
Right.
it's like, hey, there's all of these games and only one console.
Yeah.
How do we cover this?
It's like a first date. Like you make yourself look really pretty and like you try to put your best foot forward, but it's like not really what you're about at all, you know. And like it really will take a while for you to like finally get. Oh, this is this person. I got it. Okay, this person's great.
The content isn't very good during a first date. It's all like surface level garbage.
Yeah.
First dates are very like cameo. You know what I mean? It's like a first date.
Yeah,
It's like
fair.
perfect,
That's really,
perfect
really
dark like zero. It's like a first date. You know, you're like I'm not enjoying this, but like I'm looking forward to the fourth date. You know?
Yeah, but I mean, then you have something like the Switch and Breath of the Wild. But I guess like, man, 1-2 Switch was filler.
Yeah, but I mean that's kind of the funny thing about it, though, right? Because it was like, okay, we've got the Switch. Now Damiani goes in a hole and plays Breath of the Wild, and forget about the rest of those games.
Right. I could be completely wrong in this, but I have a feeling that the launches of both the next Xbox and PlayStation 5 will have much better than usual offerings for their launch. I just have a feeling.
Yeah, hopefully. But
My hope is that PS5 is waiting to announce the launch date until they know they'll have like some good games. Like doing it the other way around, you know?
Top 3 favorite Pokemon.
Farfetch'd, Toxapex, Hypno.
Charizard, Gengar, someone else. Hold on.
Squirtle, Gengar, Espeon.
Garbodor, Snorlax, and Haunter.
Shout out to Scyther. He was like the first Pokemon I remember seeing where I was like, "What? Whoa!" You know, I was like, "Oh, this is." I'd be terrified if I saw this Pokemon like in a hallway. You know, like a lot of the other ones were like, "Oh, my little friend, cool." And Scyther was like, "Whoa, look out for this guy."
Scyther is awesome.
I'm thinking like Starship Troopers, you know, where the bugs are just like stabbing people. Like, oh,
We gotta get a
Careful,
Scyther on our
careful,
silver run, dude. We can get one.
Brendan, have you seen Scizor? Probably haven't yet.
I probably have. I mean, not in the silver run, but like I've probably seen a picture of it. I don't know. I was surprised. I was amazed. I did not know the 3 starters in silver. I was astonished. I'd never seen them before. Cyndaquil, I think I was familiar with, but the other 2 I didn't know.
Do you remember which one we picked?
Totodile, dude. Come on.
Nice. No, I don't know. You know. I do. I want to switch Hypno, which just came to my mind, but like Wobbuffet destroys Hypno, so swap there.
I would say Gardevoir,
Gardevoir's
right?
good.
Yeah. Gengar, and Bricky Choder.
I feel like since the Pokken stream, I've kind of associated Gardevoir with you, so I like that.
Nice.
I feel like Bloods has to be birds.
Yeah, I don't know. I was thinking Onyx is one of them.
Onyx is awesome. Yeah.
But yeah, I'm not great for like favorites. Definitely the. But see, that's the thing. Like I'm thinking of the owl, but I can't even think of its name.
Rowlet?
Noctowl?
Maybe.
Hoothoot?
How do we mute
Oh,
Bloodworth?
Yu Yu Hakusho?
Are you thinking like Hoot Hoot?
Maybe.
Okay.
Ben, it's pronounced Hoothoot?
Hoothoot.
Hoot. Yeah, Hoot's cool looking.
What's the one that's just a set of keys?
Klefki.
What's the lore on that guy?
Dude, he steals keys. It's a ghost.
Wait a minute. How could we have forgotten? Oh, damn it! What's his name? He's like that big guy who like eats worlds or whatever. Gar. Oh, damn it!
Guzzlord, dude.
Guzzlord.
Guzzlord.
Guzzlord top 3.
I feel like
Guzzlord.
Guzzlord is like
Yeah.
an Easy Allies collective.
Yeah.
Yeah. Guzzlord. I mean,
All right, I'm bumping Haunter from my list, throwing Guzzlord.
Oh man, Hunter's so good though.
I know. I'm
The
sorry,
whole
Hunter.
Ghastly
Guzzlord.
line is good, man.
Guzzlord might not make the cut for Sword and Shield.
What?
Yeah, they might cut the Ultra Beasts.
Could Guzzlord beat Thanos possible?
No.
His codename is UB05 Glutton.
Yeah.
They suck up the universe, though, dude. The heck?
Guzzlord.
And I guess for a third, I might go Umbreon. Umbreon's pretty nice.
Blood. I feel like my respect for you just like
Yeah,
ticked
what
up
a
right there.
like Cadillac pick right there, dude. Like Blood just went to the dealership and bought a Cadillac.
Yeah. Umbreon for sure, dude.
All right, hello allies. This past weekend was a Dota tournament, and while I didn't watch any part of it, it brought on an interesting conversation amongst the fighting game community, particularly Ultra Chen TV and Sejan. The gist is what they were talking about is what can the FGC do to get on the level of Dota or other esports games with big payouts. From the FGC side of things, all three answered fix the next code, and while I agree wholeheartedly, at a basic level it's 2019 and netcode is still a problem, but that's me ignoring the casual side because I don't play fighting games for single-player content. I know that's foolish because Mortal Kombat 11 just proved that fighting games can sell with single-player content. To get you guys into fighting games and playing online, what do fighting games need to do? There is more about this that I want to go into, but I'm worried about the 200-word limit, and this might get skipped. But it's a great conversation that goes deep into the problem with fighting games, so all I can do is point to Ultra Chen TV and Sejan videos.
All right, I have a strong opinion on this too. I think that League of Legends, Dota, I think they are strong at encouraging you to keep playing because of incentives, inner progression, basically. I think that fighting games need battle passes, and I know that sucks, but if you want it to get big like those games, basically, League of Legends and Dota have a big esports scene because Riot was making so much money that they could afford to rent out a stadium and they could afford to do these productions. They would lose money hosting the League of Legends tournaments to advertise the game, right? And so it wasn't like it was natural, right? It wasn't like somebody was like owning a stadium and saying, "Oh, I love League of Legends; it's so popular. I'll just put it in here." So basically what I mean is that they were just making money off of their microtransactions. They were making money off people wanting skins and wanting new characters and whatever. And so, I mean, while Street Fighter V has tried this, right? Like, you can earn new characters with your money. It just needs to be strategized better. You need to copy whatever free-to-play stuff those two games are doing in a way that I feel like every time I win or lose a match, I'm still at least progressing toward the next thing that I'm going to unlock. Because I think that a larger audience doesn't have that innate quality of losing a fighting game match and wanting to get better afterward. Even with like Fortnite, it's something that Epic is struggling with, is like, how do we make people who are losing feel better? That's something, if you want a mass audience, you have to do that. You have to make the people who are losing feel better. That's my long answer to that. Sorry about that, everybody.
Whatever
I like
Injustice 2 did.
Yeah, Kyle, and Jones, yeah, basically. Injustice 2.
But I mean,
Had a really good single-player progression. Even if you were losing, you were still
Specifically
earning
online.
stuff.
I played Injustice 2 online and was like, what am I doing right now? I'm actually like, not even just to try it out. I was like, I feel like tearing around with Catwoman right now online. Like trying to... It was fun to see what they dressed up their characters as. You know, like, you'd see a swamp thing. It was like pink. I'm like, what? Like, fun.
Yeah.
I do think, though, that the netcode thing, like, can't be overstated, because I think if the nature of the question is, like, what will make you want to get into these games in a competitive level, care about them on a competitive level and doing well in them, not just playing them online, but, like, trying to get better. Like, with fighting games, it feels so bad losing because there can be moments when you're learning the game where you're like, I don't even understand how I lost. I don't understand why this thing didn't work. I don't understand, where was my opening? Like, there's a lot that you have to break down. And if you have on top of that, like, this match was laggy as hell, like, that's just you're not going to want to put in that effort because it'll feel even worse. And so like you have to establish a baseline. Like that's not something that I have to worry about. If it's already a huge mental barrier, like trying to unpack the complex nature of these games, if you don't have the confidence that it's even going to work well online, you're not going to want to do it. And so I think you have to fix that first. Also, like, explain stuff. Like, if you turn into a fighting game stream, right, and you hear terminology, like, if you hear terms like meaty, and you're like, what is that? They're saying that all the time. What does that mean? Like, yeah, you can look it up, but what does that mean in the context of the game that you're playing? If that's something that these commentators are saying, what does that mean in the game, and how can I learn that? How can I understand that? Because it seems important, right? And so I think there's a lot of terminology that is referenced in every fighting game or many fighting games that just isn't explained in the game itself. And I think kind of having like a willingness to embrace that and explain it is important. Like when you watch Tekken, right? Like they say like 1, 2, 3, 4. I want Tekken itself to like explain what that means. Like I think there kind of has to be a sync between like what you're watching on an esports level and what you're watching and what you're playing. Because I'm not as familiar with Dota, but I don't feel like that disconnect happens as much. I don't know. Maybe it does. Maybe there's terminology that isn't explained in the game.
Ben, would you be into like Twitch, like adding like a controller thing where you can see? I think somebody was talking about this, where like you can actively see what buttons they're pressing, like what they're doing.
Oh yeah.
Go back and archive.
Speedrunners do it.
Yes.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
I know now you can see. Yeah, you can see like I can see what equipment they have. Stadia was talking about this, but like it'd be really interesting to like if the obvious streamer was open to doing that, but just like really dive into like how are you moving that fast and.
I think having like key display, because like in training mode and stuff, you can turn that on and you can see like, okay, this is why this move isn't coming out because I'm not getting that motion right. Being able to see it on a competitive level, I think, would be really cool. Yeah,
it'd be cool if you could ghost a play that somebody like a famous player would add, so you could like play the game and then see them in the world with you, and so you can kind of jump around with their ghost and be like, oh, like, that's how they do that combo that fast, or I don't know. I'm horrible with these games, so I'm just spitballing.
I think what's also frustrating is like some of these games do amazing things that are really great, but then you don't get them in any other fighting game. So like Street Fighter V, for example, like you can just go within the game itself, you can just go and be like, okay, I want to learn Akuma. I'm going to look up Akuma players and see their replays. This guy was just playing an hour ago. I'm curious what Akuma does against somebody like, I don't know, Poison, let's say. You can just watch matches from within the game. That's awesome, and I wish everything had it. Like in Tekken 7, when you're queuing up for a match, they just put you in a training mode, and so while you're waiting, you can just practice. So that's good. And so I think like kind of getting some of these good ideas together and making them more frequent would be really good. Because I don't know, maybe we just need to be more clear about what we want. Yes. I feel very passionate about this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Hello, allies. Imagine the allies as parts of a new Final Fantasy game. Out of the following options, who would each ally be? Playable party, protagonist, short-term guest, a summon, an NPC, the Cid, a chocobo, the villain. Love and respect to allies.
Dawn is Cid?
That's
Dawn
what I
is
was
Cid.
going to say. Dawn is Cid.
Kyle, you like summons a lot. Do you want to be the summon?
I would love to be the summon.
And the protagonist is Brad.
Huh, I guess I would have picked Hubert.
I would say Huber's the Prompto though. Huber's like you can do it, man. Like
Yeah.
Okay.
Huber's Blondie from Persona. Sorry, Ben.
Ryuji.
Yeah. I'm down to be in the party. I want to be like Setzer. I want to be like Balthier.
I would love to be the villain.
Ooh.
Nice.
I would be a chocobo.
Right.
Yeah.
I want to see Damiani as like a mod.
I was gonna say I want to be a
Moogle.
Moogle.
That'd be cool.
Moogle, yeah.
So we go to Damiani to save.
I'll be the good King Moogle Mog. You have to come to me.
Okay.
Damiani dancing. Okay.
You can't pass through my territory. So you bring me in.
Was Lightning's Mog companion only in Lightning Returns?
Yes.
I liked what? Mog?
The one who's talking to you, and it's not.
Companion,
I don't think
it's not Mog.
Lightning though. It's
Sarah.
Sarah.
Yeah, it's 13-2.
Noel or whatever. Yeah.
Oh.
13-2. Okay.
But that's like the generic Moogle they have for a bunch of games during that time period. Like the City had it up to like the newest one had like it's Square Enix kind of defaulted to the Moogle being your kind of like guide companion in games.
Nice.
Yeah. They made Moogle great. Which is weird because, like, yeah, the floaty fairy-like Moogles came up quite a bit later. Maybe early 2000s. Before they were just big weird, stumpy-legged guys.
Hi, Ben and Allies. I know you're big anime fans and also big Dungeons & Dragons fans, but I recently started watching a Dungeons & Dragons anime and wondered if you've heard or seen it. Is It Wrong to Pick Up Girls in the Dungeon is about a young man who tries to prove he's a hero but ends up getting saved by a beautiful woman with whom he becomes immediately enamored. He spends a great majority of the time trying to get stronger to win her over. Spoiler alert, it has big anime boobies. The show also has gods and goddesses and is cute and weird, and aside from the enormous, pun intended, amount of big breast jokes and innuendos, and the skimpy outfits the girls wear to fight monsters, it is quite fun to watch. Have any of the allies seen it? It's only in the second season, and new episodes come out weekly. I thought I'd pass it along since I enjoy it so much. So I haven't watched it. I haven't watched the anime, but I have read some of the manga. I don't remember how many volumes I read. I read a few volumes, maybe like 2 or 3. And I thought it was enjoyable. I wasn't like in love with it. It didn't blow me away, but I liked it. I thought it was entertaining. It felt a little generic in a lot of ways. I just feel like the whole fantasy thing with the gluttonous amount of isekai that's out there, it all is kind of blended together, and so yeah, it didn't especially stand out to me, but it was okay.
It's weird. There are like 8 different series that are basically the exact same premise right now.
Yeah,
with like their own like little twist on it. It's so weird. It's really, really weird.
Yeah.
Normally, if it's got a title like that, I'm gonna ignore it when it comes to anime. If it's like, do you love your mom and her like one hit kill or whatever like that, if it's like one of those titles, I'm like, I'm good. But if this person says big anime boobies, how could I resist? Like basically, I feel like, I don't know, it's weird. It's like there's like too much good stuff to like watch like the goofy ones, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? There's like Demon Hunter right now, and it's like why watch the goofy ones when like Demon Hunter is a show almost.
Sure.
Yeah, my anime queue is very limited, so it's like My Hero. That's it. I have like one, like there's Naruto and Dragon Ball, and then like one anime that I want to catch up on at a time, and that's it. And right now, it's My Hero.
I think you would dig Demon Hunter, dude.
Demon Hunter. I like Demon Hunters.
Yeah, it is.
I love Demon Hunters, dude.
It's better than Boruto.
Is it better than Boruto episode 65?
Yeah.
Lies.
Legit. It's
Straight
like,
lies.
there are like 5 episodes that are as good as that. You know what I mean? When you're like, dude, check out the animation.
Demon Hunter.
Yes.
Anime.
Please, dude. Please watch that show.
Premiered April 6th.
You mean Demon Slayer, Kyle?
I do mean Demon Slayer.
Demon Slayer.
Yes.
Kimetsu no Yaiba.
That's the one.
Sick. Cool.
It's like the best episode of Boruto every week, dude.
Probably, dude. Boruto's just alright. Cool. 26 episodes, that's it?
Yeah. It's new, dude. It's just fresh anime.
And you're caught up on this, Bossman?
Caught up on this.
Dude! Alright. Is it on Crunchyroll?
Yes.
Hello, Alice. Hope you're doing well. This month, I have my first game to present to you. With the constant debate over video game main story length, whether you prefer a short 20 to 30 hour experience like Control or a meatier 80 to 100 hour experience like Yakuza 0 or Persona 5, I figured this could also factor into movie length as well. With the news that director Martin Scorsese's latest film, The Irishman, is reportedly his longest movie to date at 3 hours and 30 minutes, I got thinking of other movies that push the boundaries of film runtimes. The game is simple. Before you, I've comprised a list of 20 longest U.S. studio movies of the last decade. Your job is to guess and complete the list. So I'm seeing the list in front of me, so I can't.
So, for how many years? Sorry.
So, I've comprised the list of the 20 longest U.S. studio movies of the last decade. Your job is to guess and complete the list.
Damn.
Titanic.
Line?
Oh, Titanic's not even last decade anymore. Is it?
Yeah, so the last decade.
Oh,
do we have
say them?
Lord of the Rings on there?
No,
Too
not
long.
last decade, but
Yeah.
Hobbit.
Hobbit for sure.
Which Hobbit?
The Hobbit.
There's actually 2 on the list.
Battle of Five Armies, I think.
2 and 3.
2 and 3.
Yeah.
According to this list, I have The
One-
Hobbit, An Unexpected Journey, and Hobbit, The Desolation of Smog. So 1 and 2.
The 1 and 2.
So the last one was sort of.
Endgame? Is that on there?
Yeah,
Endgame is on
Endgame.
there.
Nice.
Midsummer?
I don't see Midsummer on here.
Is
Maybe
Batman v Superman on there?
I also don't see that. No.
It Chapter 2 comes out in a week. Is that on there?
No, it is not on there.
It
But
should
it may not
be
be
on there. It's
It's
2 hours and 50 minutes.
It may not be
Whoa.
on there because it's not out yet. So, but yeah, it's not on the list.
It's a long time, dude.
Oh yeah, settle in, baby.
There are some
Give us
directors that are on here a lot.
Give us some clues. Oh, is Hateful Eight on there?
There's a lot of
Oh.
Hateful Eight is on there. Yeah.
Once Upon a Time in
What?
Hollywood.
Yes,
Oh.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood is on there.
Uh,
You can keep going along that line of thought.
Inglorious Bastards?
I don't think Inglourious
I don't think
Basterds
it's last
is on
10
there.
years.
Oh, Django Unchained then.
Django Unchained is on there. That's correct. Yeah.
Nice.
Tarantino's filmography, dude, nailed it.
There is a director that Huber especially loves that has worked
Avatar.
on a property that Huber especially loves that is on here a lot.
Cameron?
Avatar actually isn't the last 10 years either.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
Avatar is 2008.
Just missed it.
Blade Runner 2049.
Yes.
Great.
2049 is on there.
Wow, nice.
Tree of Life. Was that in last 10 years?
No, I don't see Tree of Life.
Terrence Malick, though, dude.
Terrence
Good,
Malick makes a
good
lot.
well to yeah. How long was Shape of Water?
Shape of Water is not on here. The lowest length, so like
Yeah.
Like Hellboy 2 randomly?
Give us the lowest length.
lowest length is 2 hours and 33 minutes.
Midsummer's longer than that, so it must not have counted as a studio picture.
Yeah,
Give up.
I'm working with the list. So should I read the list? Are we at a point where I should
Yeah,
read the
just
list?
read the
Yeah,
list.
All right.
Nail it.
Okay, Avengers Endgame, 3 hours and 2 minutes. The Wolf of Wall Street, 3 hours.
Oh,
Interstellar, 2 hours 49 minutes.
oh we
Hobbit.
should have had that.
Unexpected Journey, 2 hours 49 minutes. Hateful Eight, 2 hours 48 minutes. Boyhood, 2 hours 46 minutes. Transformers: Age of Extinction, 2 hours 26 minutes.
Never would have guessed.
Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, 2 hours 45 minutes. The Dark Knight Rises, 2 hours 45 minutes. Django Unchained, 2 hours 45 minutes. Blade Runner 2049, 2 hours 44 minutes. Silence by Martin Scorsese, 2 hours 41 minutes. The Hobbit, Desolation of Smog, 2 hours 41 minutes. The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo, 2 hours 40 minutes. Avengers Infinity War, I thought you guys would get that one, 2 hours 40 minutes. Zero Dark 30, 2 hours 37 minutes. The Revenant, 2 hours 36 minutes. Robin Hood, 2 hours 36 minutes. Transformers: Dark of the Moon, 2 hours 34 minutes.
Stop, Mr. Bay.
Wow.
And Prisoners, 2 hours 33 minutes.
Dude, Prisoners. 10
What
out of
is
10.
that?
That's
Denis Villeneuve, right?
yeah. Gyllenhaal and Tobey Maguire
Oh,
and Hugh Jackman.
Yeah.
together at last.
Dude, is Tobey Maguire in though? I think it's just Gyllenhaal and Jackman.
That was a fun
It's
game.
amazing now. That was a fun game.
Next question. What can change the nature of a man?
This is a Goldman thing?
Secrets.
Isn't this Castlevania? Or
That's
it
what is a man. I'm
Yeah,
just
What is a man?
money.
Money, yeah. Money is the answer, right?
Money, love, and food is what my old acting teacher said everything boils down to. Money, love, or food.
Gills.
Oh.
I feel like social media has changed the nature of man. Maybe just highlighted it. I don't know.
Yeah, the internet.
Yeah, I feel like opportunity.
Yeah, opportunity. That's a good way. That's a better way of phrasing what I was trying to say.
Yeah.
All right. Please rank these games from first to fifth. Shenmue II, Skies of Arcadia, Marvel vs. Capcom 2, Crazy Taxi, and Sonic Adventure 2.
Is it Crazy Taxi 2?
No, Crazy Taxi 1 is what.
Oh, sorry, these are just Dreamcast games.
Yes.
Got it. One more time?
Marvel vs. Capcom's at the top of that one for me. Skies of Arcadia is really good.
I'm not going to argue with you, Brandon. Shenmue 2, Skies of Arcadia, Marvel vs. Capcom 2, Crazy Taxi, and Sonic Adventure 2.
I'm afraid we got to put Shenmue 2 first.
Okay.
Really, Jones? We do.
Whatever. I didn't know the Dreamcast. I don't care.
Yeah, it's hard because like this, I haven't played all of these games. Like, I haven't played Shenmue 2, I haven't played Skies of Arcadia, so
Dude,
I can't.
I was thinking Skies of Arcadia might be number one.
Whoa.
I can't speak to it. So if you want to have it,
Yeah, that's the
go
same
for
for
it.
me. I've only played the beginning of it.
If Huber is forsaking Shenmue,
I'm not forsaking.
You're forsaking it.
But
You're
Damiani's going to come in and say, "Oh, well, the GameCube version of Skies of Arcadia is better, so it's not number one."
MVC
Right, Damiani?
2.
Yeah,
Well,
it's
version is really good.
it's hard for me to argue against MVC2 because like that game is gorgeous, features so many characters, is so much fun to watch, has so much personality, and is like still beloved and played today.
Yeah. I think that's got to be it. And then
Yeah.
Skies of Arcadia, Shenmue.
Shenmue 2 is my fave on this list, but Skies of Arcadia is so good.
Crazy Taxi or Sonic for less?
Crazy Taxi's dope.
And Sonic Adventure 2 is the first one with Shadow in it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, get last, dude.
Yeah, I get last. Shadow Adventure, Sonic Adventure 2.
So I was at Game Dude recently, and there was like this 12-year-old boy who was getting a Dreamcast. He's
Dude,
really,
wow.
really excited.
Sweet.
Yeah, and so he was with his mom,
Dude.
and he's like asking the guy, like, so what kind of games does it have? And he's like,
Man,
what do you
so
mean?
cool.
He's like, like Sonic Adventure, is that good? He's like, yeah, that's good. And the mom's like, he likes like games with like mascots in them. And the guy's like, okay, I don't know, man, you're not like in my generation. And I go like, how about Skies of Arcadia? And it was not my place. They all three look at me,
Yeah.
and they like go. The kid goes like, "Is that an RPG?" And I go, "Yeah." And the mom goes, "He doesn't like RPGs."
Oh,
And then I just walked away.
you did your best.
I did my like.
I also, it's like a really hard thing to sell a kid because like a lot of the good games are going to be like rare and expensive. Like, it's weird.
I mean, like if he's looking for a bunch of like mascot platformers, the Dreamcast isn't for him.
Yeah, it's not the one, really.
Not Ooh La La, not the mascot for him.
It's the mascot for him.
Wasn't Knights on that? Or was that...
That's
That
Saturn.
was Pattern.
Yeah. Hi, allies. First time posting the Q&A, and I was wondering if each of you could lock Huber in your very own prison of love. What game would you want to make him play through? Love and respect.
So good.
GoldenEye multiplayer always.
Yeah, Jones. It's a pleasure, man. You don't need to lock me up for that.
Man, I don't know. There's a lot of things, but I'm gonna say Divinity: Original Sin 2.
Oh.
Ooh.
Oh,
That's the thing. We'll be in prison for a long time.
man. God, I'd love to play those, dude.
It's all right, man.
I want to play through with Huber, but that would be a pleasure for both of us.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I wonder, Huber, I haven't heard have you played much of any of the Forza Horizons?
Just around the office and stuff. Not really like on my own at home.
Yeah,
So,
we need to like go on an adventure across whatever random country in one of those.
That sounds so fun.
It's good open worlds, man.
Sounds awesome, bud. Just cruising.
I'm still like, I picked up the because you know how we had those weird graphic glitches in Wreckfest. Like the back of my mind was still like, I hope there's nothing wrong with my Xbox, right? And so I popped Forza Horizon 4 back in, and just like again, just like amazed by it. Running around that Lego world, it's like, man,
awesome.
how is this game so good?
This is a game I've never played, but for some reason popped into my head as like an ideal Huber experience. Is Knights of the Old Republic.
Nice. Man, it's been a while.
Yeah, I haven't finished it.
I never finished 2.
I guess 2's ending is like super rushed.
Yeah, I played a lot of 1, but I didn't finish it. But I loved it. I thought it was good. I've never played 2.
Nice.
Yeah.
Sounds fun, guys. That was fun.
All right. Hello, Easy Allies. The most interesting part of Sony's China Joy conference, according to me, was Genshin Impact. My question to you is, do you think it's too similar to Zelda Breath of the Wild, or is the similarity okay? Would you have liked to hear your comments on the trailer? Would have liked to hear your comments on the trailer. I don't know what Genshin Impact
Oh, I've
is.
seen some of this game before.
It's this
I never
action,
found the controversy.
an action adventure game, and it has like open world areas that people thought looked like Breath of the Wild. So apparently, there's a famous the reaction from this is someone taking his PS4 and breaking it at the conference. He was so angry at Sony for being shameless and ripping it off. But
That's a stupid reaction.
I avoided the topic on Friendco because like I thought it was kind of the whole thing was kind of dumb and blown out of proportion. Like it reeked of like hardcore like fanboy war stuff, and I was like, that stuff just needs to die. Whatever. I mean, everyone copies everyone to some degree, and it like I looked at it, I watched the trailer, like okay, there's like 2 scenes that like in the color palette makes you think of the open environment of Breath of the Wild, but when it came down to the gameplay, it didn't look. It was not Breath of the Wild. I was like, why? What? It's too superficial. Hey, people need to back off. I mean, there were similar things like when the Wind Waker was coming out. There was a Korean MMO called, I think it was Korean, maybe called Wiki that literally used like the same exact like visual style of the Wind Waker with its characters, and tried to use like an island like village setting for one of its promo things. And people did like the same thing back then, and it's just, I don't know. Like, there's always going to be things that ape the things that are being successful, and it felt like an embarrassment to see the China conference stuff, like how people reacted to it. It was a little embarrassing to watch.
This game looks so cool. I get it though. A lot of like the visual effects. You see like the grass and like when the grass burns and the way that explosions happen. It's almost exactly like Breath of the Wild. But who cares? Man, that game looks so good.
Yeah, watching the trailer right now, I think this looks really cool.
You know what I think anime haircut happens too much is the bangs that cross over like this. I hate this.
Wait, let me see what you look like, Kyle.
Don't have bangs that go like this.
Are you referring to the blonde girl in the trailer?
No, she's got brown hair. She's got bangs that do this. Happens too much. I hate it. Well, otherwise, great looking.
I think
you got a little cat tail next to your face.
Oh yeah, that's my cat. He's on my lap. I think she looks adorable, Kyle. I'm sorry. I'm going to respectfully disagree, but you know, I'm a sucker for that kind of thing. So.
I'm a sucker for you.
Man, like are people really upset about this game? Like I don't know. This doesn't seem like
in China, apparently.
It just doesn't seem worth being upset about. I don't know.
Yeah, I agree. It does. I don't get why. It's just like ridiculous fanboyism or something.
All right. Hello, allies. Is there any canceled property that you'd like to see revived? It can be a game.
Mega Man Legends.
We're done.
Mega Man X to follow that up. A game, movie, TV show, or anything that you can think of. First thing I'd love to see is the Spectacular Spider-Man band back. The show is one of the best portrayals of Spider-Man, and it got It got cut far too soon thanks to the Disney buyout.
Batman Beyond. Batman Beyond was supposed to have a season 4.
Carnival season 3.
Dude, Jones, deep cut.
Carnival, dude.
Loved it.
Clancy Brown, right?
Clancy, yeah, and there's that
He's called
mysterious like train caboose where like there's a dark figure in there you never see.
Yeah, dude. Carnival.
But it gets there. I remember Carnival and Lost were on at the same time, and it was like it was like Carnival. I was like, oh, neat, that's what that is. And Lost, I was like, what is going on? So like Carnival, this is a really satisfying. Like, what's this? 4 episodes later, they're like, it's this. And you're like, oh, cool. And then like a couple episodes later, they're like, this mystery's this. Now moving on to the next thing. Like,
that's because the people making Lost didn't have a plan.
They had, yeah. I've actually, I didn't finish Lost, but like I read a lot of interesting articles about how
Neither did they.
How they, oh jeez, how they were kind of stuck, like kind of creatively frustrated because.
But yeah, I think that's kind of the weird thing with like franchises coming back. Like a lot of them are either like they ended in weird places to where it's like rebooting them would be weird anyways, or like somebody's working on it. So it's gonna happen, like. Them announcing that Netflix Masters of the Universe all of a sudden is like, and we're gonna end the original story arc. I'm like, okay.
Bruce Timm just
said, did any of us remember where that left off? I don't.
The plot.
Bruce Timm said that if the Batman Beyond Blu-ray sells well, they're gonna like make a season 4.
Yeah, but it's gonna be on like DC streaming service.
Oh yeah,
probably, dude. Oh.
Skid.
Devastated.
And then it'd be cool to see another Zack and Wiki game.
Dude, shout out to Brad Ellis.
That's so good.
Kyle, does this count? Because like the Pokemon trading card game is obviously not dead.
Count it.
But I want another game like the Game Boy Color Pokemon trading card game, like on Switch, with a story like that. That's just a nice contained experience. I think would be really, really awesome.
Ben, last year I played the sequel that was only released in Japan.
Yeah, you played
Even
a fan
better,
translation, right?
Yeah, really
I
good.
should do that at some point.
It's so fun.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw that you streamed that, and I definitely want to check that out. And Snap, right? Like that's the obvious answer.
Where the hell is Pokemon Snap too?
All right. Next question. I'm sorry, but I must know the origin of this meme. Must be nice. Love and respect, Alex. Huber, do you mind?
One of my faves. Yeah.
Huber, do you mind if I take this one?
Go for it.
Okay, so there was a point in time where I was really, really into Hearthstone, and Huber was really, really into Hearthstone. I spent a lot of money on Hearthstone and made one of the most expensive decks, which was Control Warrior, because I was very reliant on like legendary cards and stuff. And I don't know if Huber challenged me or if I challenged Sam. We would have matches back and forth, and we played each other. I was using this really expensive deck, and Huber got crushed, and he quit out of the match. And like in Hearthstone, you see like white little text bubbles that pop up. And he just said, "Must be nice," and like logged out. And that was the origin of that meme.
So good.
That's true salt. Like that's not even like jokey salt. That's true salt.
Nice.
What makes
hard
it?
quit.
Yeah.
What makes it like understandable though is like I get it. Like I get it. I like it wasn't just like salt for the sake of it. I feel like it's understandable.
It's a deep cut. It's like I'm not angry. I'm disappointed.
Must be nice.
Oh.
All right. Kyle, what is your favorite combat system in an RPG? One that you hope can be applied to future games.
Oof.
Yeah, it's a tough question.
So many.
I'm obsessed with Dragon Quest XI's combat.
It's good. It's not my favorite, but it's good.
Multi-class RPGs. You don't get a lot of them. It's Final Fantasy V. One of those.
I
Bravely
really,
Default, I guess, is that modern day.
Well, I mean, Octopath Traveler is kind of like that.
Really like
Mario for me.
Grandia's fighting system.
God, that's what I was going to say is Paper Mario. And, like,
Oh,
yeah, I kind of want them to just do another Paper Mario like that.
kind of like the things that do like not real time action like we think of now.
ATB, Grandia 2.
Like Xenogears, like the fighting game style inputs, where you have to like figure out the command input and then they learn a new move. Some later games did similar things. What is it? I think Sands of Destruction was one that did it, even though that wasn't a great game, but the battle system actually was pretty cool. And I think was it one of the Valkyrie profile games also did a similar system. I'd like to see that take in maybe in a 3D game, a 3D RPG would be kind of cool to see them try, and not it just being like Final Fantasy 15 or Kingdom Hearts style combat, but something where you only have so many button press inputs to spend, but it's still real time. Would be kind of cool.
Octopath Traveler for me, like that game, the combat carried it. Like it was like 80% of it for me. Where if the combat wasn't as good as it was, I don't think I would have enjoyed that game nearly as much. Because there were times where the storytelling was frustrating, especially if you weren't feeling a particular character at that moment. And yeah, especially like at the end, where it really pushed you. I think the combat was awesome. And I hope to see another game in that style.
Yeah, I don't know, like if anyone else has even played it, but and I'm not even sure if I would call it my favorite, but it's just so unique. Is the playing through the Mother 3 combat system, because even with just your basic attacks, they're all tied to the rhythm of the actual battle theme that is playing, and there's like tons of different battle themes, and so you have like a main attack that hits, but then if you can keep hitting the button in rhythm to the song, then you get all these additional hits comboing up, and you can get up to like a 16 hit combo. And then on top of that, one of the characters has this ability that puts a character or puts an enemy to sleep. And then that slows down the battle theme so that you can actually clearly hear the timing, like a metronome, and like get the timing of that song down. And some of them will be like kind of like a lot of them will be really simple towards like, okay, you just get the rhythm and you just hit it in a certain beat. But some of them will like try to throw you off to like skip beats and do crazy stuff like that. It's pretty nuts on top of a game that has a lot of the stuff that you're already used to, but in like more. Like it emphasizes like buffing and debuffing a lot more. So we're like, you really need to do this. You can't just ignore these abilities. And then like all the different characters have like their own unique tools and things that other people can't do.
Yeah.
Oh, and the thing that both Mother 3 and Earthbound do with the crazy rolling damage meter. So if you get like an attack that's going to kill you, like your hit points actually count down, so you actually have time for another party member to heal if they're fast enough, or for somebody to kill the enemies and then like stop the roll down.
Pretty cool. Yeah, I like that. That's kind of cool. I want to give a quick shout out. I forgot. Residents of Fate is pretty much what I was talking about before, and I forgot to say. Yeah, just being able to do like the tri-attack system. There's nothing else like that. And also, I like the concept. They call it scratch and direct damage, but basically it's like damage that you potentially can do. So you hit them with like a certain type of ammo, like it's like blue colored on their meter, so that enemy health bar will start turning blue. But you got to hit it with a different type of ammunition to actually inflict that amount of damage, and it'll like chip it away. But like the blue builds up faster than the actual real damage, so you want to start with that. But like, yeah, the tri-attack thing is really cool because like you got to find like a triangle pattern where all of you are moving around, avoiding obstacles and enemies, and then like you're jumping in the air as well to buy more time, and like you're charging up attacks while running and then unleashing them. It's pretty cool. Very complicated, but cool.
I actually kind of wish they would do another crack at Final Fantasy XIII's battle system, because I think the way that they implemented it in 13 specifically, it was not interesting for a very long time, but the ideas kind of underpinning it, how active it was, and like Jones was kind of saying, how you had to switch between different teams depending on the situation and how good it felt when you like staggered somebody. I think there's something really there that was never able to like, it was not fully brought out. I'd love another crack at that, but that'll never happen. I guess like 7 Remake kind of has ideas like that.
Yeah, I like it. Like I wish they'd do it again too, Ben.
Yeah.
Like because each of your lineups were basically like different, like basically like defensive, offensive, but like more complicated than that. They really, it's always been like an individual party member in Final Fantasy games can do that, but you couldn't like actively swap out your whole roster immediately, or their jobs immediately on the fly. It's like 13 10-2s dancer system. You could change dress spheres. There's always been 10 swapping out characters, but nothing on the extent of 13. And that was like probably the best thing it did was the paradigm shift stuff. Yeah.
Dominic, you just made me think about it, but I love also in 10 how you just have access to your full party during a battle, and you can switch in and out between them. I feel like that does not happen enough in a very frustrating way, where like you have to like bench people a lot of times still, and then like get them caught up or whatever. And I loved in 10 how you could just have access to everybody. All right, our final question. Good afternoon, boys. If you could have any wild animals as a tame pet, who would be super friendly to you, your things, and to others? Which animal would you choose? I would choose a red panda because they are super cute, playful, and very clever.
Sugar glider.
What is that?
Really, really, really tiny. Looks like it's like a squirrel. It's like
it's a lemur.
Really like in the world. Is it actually a lemur? But it's like fits in your pocket, like really, really, really small.
Penguin, for sure.
Wow.
Yeah.
There you go. Random duck-billed platypus.
Nice.
Maybe a fox?
Yeah, foxes are cool.
Silver fox.
Always was into the idea of having a raccoon when I was growing up.
I could see that.
An owl would be cool.
An owl would be good. These are all good picks.
These are little world vibes, dude. Owl.
I guess I have a question. Does it harm a skunk to like get rid of its stink parts?
Probably.
I imagine so.
But not a skunk.
They're like in its butt, so like yeah.
Yeah,
probably.
I think we can like just along with it being tame, like take some of that stuff away. I mean, like platypus has like freaking poison spikes on it.
Wait, what?
So, yeah.
On
Poison
their what?
Spikes?
On their like rear legs, they have spikes that can poison you. Yeah.
Damn.
Dude.
Whoa.
Nasty.
Good to know.
Let's see
It might
the
only be
Homeward
the males
Bound.
or females or something like that, but yeah.
The porcupine in Homeward Bound, when it like stings one of the dogs.
Chase?
Yeah, dude, seems traumatic for me growing up.
For sure.
Chase or Chance?
Troubling
Chance.
film.
Chance. Troubling film?
Yeah, it's a troubling film.
Homeward Bound?
Yeah. I don't notice also.
Homeward Bound, first time I saw my dad cry.
Whoa.
Heavy duty.
Yeah.
Yeah, I refused to see that new dog movie. Racing in the Rain or whatever.
2 coming out, right?
There's no,
Yeah.
no way.
There's one where the dog keeps getting reincarnated or something.
Yeah, they keep making those dog
There's
brain
so
movies.
many dog movies.
Yeah.
And the trailers always show you the ending, and I think it's because you want to know going in if the dog's going to die
There's a
before you
website
see the
now.
dog movie.
But
There's a
that's
website now.
the thing,
Does
right?
the dog die or whatever?
The dog not only dies, it like dies multiple times.
Yeah, I see at least 4 or 5 dogs in that trailer.
Well, there's that other one, like A Dog's Way Home, where they just like show the ending of the movie.
Yeah, the dog gets lost and has to. Yeah.
That's not what you're going for, I guess, if you're going to a dog movie.
Need a.
I'm just here for the dogs.
All
Yeah.
dogs
I just
go to
want to
heaven.
see a dog.
They're gonna like remake Home Alone. There should be a dog.
The
Kevin
dog
the
left
dog.
home alone. Yes, and the dog sets the traps.
I know they made one about the Seeing Eye Dog Center by my mom's house, but I don't know if like it's a good movie or not.
You know what no one said? I think owning a chimpanzee would be pretty cool.
Oh, sure.
If it wasn't going to go crazy and murder you, yes.
Yeah, I mean that's the caveat with all
Yeah,
of it.
that's the thing. Yeah.
I would just be more frustrated with its poop.
Sure. You could train it probably to use the turtlington.
Okay.
Mhm.
But then how gross is that? Like, I use that toilet. That's my toilet.
You don't have a roommate.
Kyle,
Well,
if you can
what?
afford a chimpanzee, you can afford an apartment with another like half bath or something.
So there's the chimpanzee bathroom, and then there's the human bathroom.
John Finger had a cat bathroom and a people bathroom.
Okay. Fair enough.
Well,
I
talking
would
about
say
chimp
it.
poop.
I would say a bear, but nah,
You'd say what?
like a bear.
Doesn't
What if
feel
they could
right,
make-
right?
What if they could make pygmy bears, Huber?
Yeah, like a little mini bear.
Like it never gets bigger than a large dog.
Well, there's like, isn't there some weird breeding stuff with that? It's, like,
Yeah,
not
pygmy
good.
animals aren't really
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
I mean, it depends on the animal, but yeah, they'll have the potential for side effects. When you breed one thing, you get other things along with it.
I think that's going to do it for the Q&A, my friends.
Nice.
Did it.
We got through all the questions. Thank you to everybody who submitted a question, and thank you all to everybody who's either watching this live or will watch it as a vlog down the line. And of course, thank you to all the allies for sticking around and having your brains be poked. And yeah, we will see you next month.